The best view of at least a portion of the 90-kilometer-long West Valley Fault is from, of all places, a cemetery, the Loyola Memorial Park in Marikina. In the distance, a few hundred meters away, perched atop a ridge, is the sprawling Ateneo de Manila University campus in neighboring Quezon City. That cliff overlooking this memorial park down below is the Valley Fault. When a fault appears or manifests on the surface of the Earth, that's called a trace. PHIVOLCS says the Valley Fault has 3 known traces, but the most obvious one is this one that you're looking at. There's a reason why it's called a valley fault. A valley is a long depression or low part in the land caused by movements in the Earth's surface that took place over several thousands of years. A fault that moves every 400 or so years. Last moved in the mid-1600s and is due to move any time. In 2004, a Japan-funded study predicted that an earthquake with the intensity of 6.5 on the Richter scale could cause 35,000 deaths. PHIVOLCS released an updated study that was sponsored this time by the Australian government. It has a more terrifying prediction. 37,000 deaths the instant a 7.2 earthquake hits the greater metropolitan Manila area. More than 600,000 people injured, 300,000 square meters in floor area of buildings and residences with varying degrees of damage, 500 fires raging all over the metropolis.
Ang worry natin, yung mga 2, 3-story buildings, 4-story buildings, constructed 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Yon ang the probability of those buildings collapsing is greater kesa dun sa mga buildings na newly constructed at high-rise.
Roads will be impassable. Epifanio de los Santos Avenue or EDSA, all the way from Monumento to Rojas Boulevard. Imagine what EDSA will look like after a 7.2 quake and multiply that scenario by all the other roads that bisect it.
So, there will be total collapse pati ng communication lines. Walang electricity.
In the immediate aftermath of an earthquake, there is what rescue and relief officials call the golden hour.
The first hour after the incident, that's the time when you can retrieve a lot of live bodies. So, you miss that opportunity, you miss a lot.
But there's a catch. Natural hazards don't choose their victims. Among the dead or injured or affected could be the first responders, rescuers, disaster officials, and medical personnel themselves.
Self-help ang kailangan dito. So, ibig sabihin, may sarili ka ng paghahanda, may sarili ka ng kaalaman kung ano ang dapat mong gawin.
Which is why it's important that homes and offices have emergency supplies ready. Food, water, tents, flashlights, batteries, transistor radios, anything and everything that can last for at least 1 week. And an earthquake disaster drill. Responding to and managing the incident and search and rescue can help save lives. But prevention and risk reduction is the key.
Para ma-lessen natin. Kasi hindi natin totally pwedeng ma-eliminate yung effects ng earthquake.
Mindset of people would have to be re-enlightened that something big might happen and we all have to be prepared.
Disaster preparedness is an investment.